Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back for another video. Today it's going to be a really long video. There's a lot of information I'm going to be going over, so I'm going to try to make everything as quick as possible but still as thorough and just straight to the point. So there's a lot of new subscribers on my channel and a lot of new stackers as well, which I think is awesome. You know, YouTube can be a very beneficial platform to get the word out of what's happening to our fiat currency and other outlets and tools we can use to store our wealth that we so surely deserve. So I think it's awesome when people subscribe to me and share my videos and like and engage, and you know, we can really help and save a lot of people. We can be an impact, and the silver channels on YouTube are so small. You know, it's pretty crucial that we have each other's backs. Asset Builder actually just made a video talking about shouting out each other's channels and posting each other's links and all that, and I thought that was a really good idea to just, you know, help each other out. You know, we're in this together, we're the community, and it's our job to push each other and bring as many people in as we can. So this video is going to be called Important Tips for Silver Stacking. These are several tips that I want people to know before they start buying silver. I mean, even if you're a new stacker, even an old stacker, you know, I'm sure there's something in here that you can get out of this. I put a lot of thought into this list. These are just tips that before you start buying silver, you should know and be aware of. It's like the disclaimer. Because a lot of people think silver stacking is real easy. I'm just going to buy it at the price, whatever it's going for, and just put it away. Not knowing that there's premiums, there's mintage numbers, there's key dates, there's different types of silver, there's different places that sell at different prices, there's different ways, there's different strategies to buy numismatic versus bullion versus junk silver versus gold, there's slabbed coins, there's series, there's multiple different types of denominations and weights and all that, and people don't know all this. They just think they're just going to buy a bar of silver and put it away and sell it later for quadruple the money. So these tips are just letting people have a chance to know what they're getting themselves into before they start stacking. This isn't a negative video, this is just an honest video on what goes along with silver stacking and what you need to prepare for if you're going to get into it. So the first tip is have an exit strategy. Before you start buying, you want to know how you're going to sell so you can buy accordingly. For instance, go to your local coin shops. See what types of silver they buy. Do they only buy coins? Do they only buy eagles? Do they only buy eagles? So maybe you should make your stack based around eagles, so if you ever need to sell your silver quickly, you have a buyer. Or does he only buy bars and he doesn't really buy coins, or he'll only pay you spot price for coins that have premiums, so there's no point to really pay the extra money for the coin if he's only going to buy it at a certain amount. Or maybe you've never sold on eBay before, so your plan is just to take it to a local coin shop or a gold and silver place and just sell it like that. So maybe you should be focused more on low premium, just stuff at spot price. So have an exit strategy. You want to make sure you know how you're going to sell your silver so you can buy your silver accordingly. So tip number 2 is research and learn. You can never watch enough YouTube videos. I learned 95% of my knowledge off of YouTube videos. You know, I love watching videos. The other 5% is learning from the people in my comment sections. People that when I post videos, they give me feedback or tell me something about my coins or something. You know, I post a lot of discussion videos, and maybe they'll add to the discussion or say, oh yeah, and blah blah blah, you know, and I learn a lot that way as well. So you always want to keep researching and learning, because the more knowledge you have, the more educated buys you can make, and the less mistakes you will make, and the more money you can make if you know which coins do best, or research mintage numbers, so I should buy this year over this year because this year has a lower mintage, so later on that coin will potentially do better. So tip number 3, relationships with your local coin shop. I feel like this one is very important, and it's pretty overlooked. Your coin shop is basically the closest thing to you that you're going to get in person when it comes to your silver stack and a buyer and a seller. Your local coin shop can teach you loads of knowledge and tips, because he does that as a profession. So especially if you're just starting out, you want to pick his head and learn as much as you can off him. Plus, you also have to factor in that you're going to be buying off him, so if you build a good relationship, there's a good chance you'll be able to get better deals than some random guy that comes in that doesn't even say hi to him walking in the door. And also, on the other side, you might be selling your silver to him. So you want to make sure you have a good relationship on that end as well. You have to you have to have a good relationship. That can go a long ways. That can go a very long way. So another tip is diversify. You want to make sure you diversify, not even just within your portfolio of if it's stock markets to fiat to real estate to silver, but you want to diversify within your silver as well. You want to have your bullion or junk and all that for if the gold to silver ratio levels out, and you want to sell some of your silver for gold when you don't want to sell some of your premiums because you paid a lot more, and that so you want to diversify, so no matter what happens with the market, some part of your stack is always going to be beneficial, or always going to be profiting. Because if you only stick to one side of the silver stacking, then you might lose out on a potential very good opportunity with the other side. So buy what you like, but also make sure you buy your low premium stuff, your bullion, your bars. But you also, if you see a nice coin that you think has potential to do good, don't be afraid to buy it. You don't have to buy 30 of them. You can buy one or two, or collect a series that you think might have some potential to do good in the future. For example, this Rwanda, this is the first series I'm going to start collecting. I've never collected a series before, but I really have high hopes in this coin. I've done my research. I know that it has good potential, so I'm going to start collecting the Rwanda series. So that was an example of diversifying. So this one's a very important one, a very important tip. So you have to know the value of your silver. Perspective is everything. You might think $18 an ounce, or let's say spot's $18. That might be a great deal to you because you got in when silver was $20. So you're like, yeah, it's down $2. That's great. But someone else might think $18 is ridiculous because he got into silver years ago when it was $7 an ounce. So his norm for buying silver is $7, so he looks at 18 and he thinks $18 is ridiculous. But you came in at 20, so you think $18 is a great price. So that's an example of perspective is everything, and it's only up to you to know the value of your silver. Because $7 compared to $18 doesn't mean anything if silver ever goes to $100 or $200 an ounce. So you just don't let people, the old timers or anyone, push you down to think that you're doing it wrong or anything. As long as you're stacking silver, you are doing it right, and stay true to that. Know the value of your silver and stay true to that. Another tip is It is a risk, so buy accordingly. Anytime you buy silver, especially with a premium, you're risking that you will lose money. I bought these pandas at a high premium. I found deals, but they're a lot higher premium than I did with my eagles, so I'm risking that because someday I might have to sell this at spot, and who knows what spot's gonna be. So anytime you buy, you are making a risk, so you want to make sure you have the knowledge on which coins do best, and even at that, you still never know what's going to happen in the future. Another tip is don't put all your money into only precious metals. You don't want to go broke or be slave working just for silver because you think it's about to explode tomorrow. You still want to be able to live a normal life and still be able to go out to your favorite restaurant once in a while, or buy, a video game, or buy your kid some of his favorite shoes or whatever the case is. You don't want to be living on such a strict silver stacking budget that you're suffering and you have no money for anything else, because money is not worth it and our time is precious. I started out doing that when I first started stacking. I thought I was so behind because I saw these huge YouTube channels with 100-ounce unboxings, and I was like, I only have 4 ounces. Like, I need, so I was miserable. I never left my house because I didn't want to spend any money, and it was miserable. So now I have a little more leeway for myself, and I learned to grow patience as well. I'm a lot more patient when I place orders. I don't have to buy it right away. I can look at that and say, you know what, I might wait a couple weeks to see if that coin goes down in price or see what happens, and so you grow patience. Another tip is don't tell your friends and family, especially where it's located. This one can be very dangerous. I would hate to see anyone get robbed or get all their precious metals stolen from them just because they accidentally told someone they thought was a friend, or maybe you told a family member and they didn't even realize or didn't even think twice about it, but they told someone else just because they were excited. They said, oh, blah 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 has all this really cool silver and all these really cool gold coins, and they might not have thought it. They might have just been innocent and been really, wanting to tell someone how cool it was that you had that. But then that person had ulterior motives and was, not so innocent about asking more of what you had or where it was or where you live. So, really be careful telling your friends and family. And make sure if you do that you really stress to them that they keep it as private as possible, because it is very dangerous. Other tips are protecting your silver. As you can see, all these are in capsules. These are black gasket capsules. There's this little like rubber foam ring around this coin, and it keeps it snug in here. And it's a plastic case, so I can drop the coin and it won't get scratched. And the condition that I bought it in when the coin arrived to me will stay in that condition as long as I keep it in this capsule. There's also tarnish strips that you can put in with your silver that will take out the air, so your coins won't tarnish or tone, and they will stay in good shape as well. There's tubes as well. I'll show you an example of a tube. This is what a tube is. It's suction cup. So when you put the coin in, you put the cap on, and it suctions. There's a little hole right here, and it will. It's an airtight seal. It's like a vacuum seal tube. And there's other ways as well. There's these NGC holders that you put your slabbed coins in. Put it right in there, and then you put the cap on, and you can store your slabbed coins. So just look around and make sure, if you're putting all your money into these coins, you want to make sure you keep them in as good a shape as possible. That'd be pretty foolish to buy a brand new really nice coin and then just because you simply were too lazy to take care of it, that coin lost all of its value because you just threw it around and it got all scratched up, and then you're gonna have to sell it at a loss. So make sure you protect your silver. Search around for the best deals. There's so many good deals out there that you can find. Don't just fall short and take the easy route of going to APMEX if you want to buy a coin. Search around and see what other places have that coin and how much it's going for. Or on eBay, a lot of these buyers will put or the buy it now or best offer. So send them an offer, shoot $30 lower, see what happens. Shoot $15 lower. The worst they can say is no or make a counter offer. And even if they make a counter offer, you're going to be getting it cheaper than you would have paid for the buy it now price. So I actually just did that on some junk silver yesterday. I put an offer in. It was a lot lower than the buy it now price, and they made a counter offer, and I accepted it, and everything was fine and dandy, and I got my junk silver for even cheaper than I originally would have paid for, or most people that were buying it from that seller did pay for. So always search around and it will pay off. Your hard work pays off and you can get some great deals searching around instead of just going to the first place that you find the coin at. Also with eBay, beware of selling on eBay with the fees including PayPal. eBay can be your best friend or your worst enemy. It can be very, very, very costly selling on eBay because you have to pay the eBay fees and the PayPal fees. So make sure that if you do sell on eBay, you look into it and you find a way that works for you. I know it works great for some people and they've been doing it for years, and some people lost or they do lose a lot of money, and it's sad to get ready to sell all your silver at what would have been a profit, but eBay and PayPal chip in and just basically take you at a loss. Also with eBay, make sure if you buy on eBay, don't buy off private sellers. It's very risky unless you know the person or they have like thousands or hundreds or thousands of good ratings. Because if you buy off a private seller that only has like 15 to 100 okay ratings, or even that number doesn't matter, but buying off a private seller is very risky. There's a lot of fake silver on eBay. A lot of fake silver on eBay. So I advise either buy from a trusted bullion dealer like APMEX, Modern Coin Mart, Provident Metals, Jaegerport Silver, JM Bullion, somewhere like that, or you can buy off of their eBay page. So only time I ever buy on eBay is if it's junk silver, because no one's gonna fake some mercury dimes, or if it's a trusted bullion dealer on their eBay site. But if you are, let's say you go to a coin show, or you find someone, a private seller off Instagram or somewhere, make sure you know what you're doing, you know what the real coin is supposed to look like, and you know what to look for. Make sure you bring the right tools such as a scale or a magnifying glass or a testing kit, because there's so much fake silver going around. It's dangerous, and especially with gold, these coins can get really pricey. So make sure you know what you're doing. Another tip is the silver market fluctuates a lot. Spot jumps up and down all the time. So if you bought in at $17 and silver goes to 15 or 16 or doesn't jump around for a while, don't start worrying and think you made a bad decision and start getting impatient. You know, it's going to go up and down all the time. All you need to remember is that you know the value of your silver and you know the potential that it has. Don't look at it daily and base your stack off of every week or whatever. You know, yeah, you can watch what the market does, but don't get impatient and start panicking when it jumps down $1 or $2, because it's gonna jump right back up, and you know you're gonna drive yourself crazy doing that, and you might scare yourself enough to just stop buying completely or just sell all of it at a loss, and then you know maybe a year from now then it truly does go up and you missed out. So make sure you're patient and you remember the value of the silver, what it's really worth, and know that the market always fluctuates, and that's just part of the journey, the silver stacking journey. So if you guys have watched this video through this whole entire thing so far, I want to say thank you very much. Those are some important tips from my perspective that we should know as silver stackers, especially getting in. So if this video helped you, make sure to give it a like, subscribe for more videos like these, and leave a comment and let me know what you think. I will see you guys for the next video. Peace, guys.